We're fucked. Few minutes and we're gonna be dead. The spirit is here. Holy shit! Whoa! Well, yeah, I shit myself as well. There she is. Low sutra chant hum tumbles in the air. My whole body is numb. Maybe because of that hum. Blanks and bell. Ishiki was conscious. Bug over, I can't control my hand until the gun doors and fire. The blade explodes, pushes his face. Strong ringing in my ears and it's preventing me from hearing the sunshine. Who is clutching her head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness has faded. She shakes the bell. Yeah. It yells me, my heart clenched. I think it said palm pistol, then the bell. Ooh! Spirit fades and becomes intangible. Spirit solid again. Ooh. Oh, fuck off. That's too fucking spooky, that is. Dagger, bell, saber, bell, chisel, bell. Projecting dagger and saber. That one. The bell. Ouch. Surveys become tangible. Soldier is wounded. Becomes solid again. Ooh. Oh god, it's way too close. Fuck off! Look at that! Oh. Surveys become tangible. Wounded, got solid again. I know, for some spiritual behind me. Which yells comically, and whoever puts their hand on my back. But I can't take my eyes on the spirit before me. But Banshee? Is that you? What are you doing? Instead of replying, he shoves something in my hand. A large chisel. The grip stained in blood. This is... found it in that room, in the mansion. And since I understand everything, the heart of the curse that we were searching for, the object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept at Kujo Mansion. Thanks, I'm gonna use it. Grab the chisel and face the spirit. Right, fucking eat this. It's right here. Jab the chisel, it's right here. It stares at me dispassionately. I think there was right here, wasn't it? Yeah, if they get anything, right here. Finally, it smiles and disappears. just stops moving and collapses. It stopped, right? Seems so. I don't got the mark anymore, so there's no doubt about it. Fuck! Once again, I'm the only one still cursed. Typical. Glad I made it in the nick of time. My eggs weren't in good shape, it would have been all over for us. Thanks for saving us, but you know that was pretty reckless. I thought I said it'd be dangerous for a group of markbearers to go into somewhere haunted. Oh yeah, you did mention something like that when I was eating. Completely slipped my mind. Tell us all, man. What happened at the mansion? I'm not quite sure myself, but I'll tell you what I know. After you left, I wandered the place looking for something to eat. My mark hurt like hell right by the room. I slipped inside and found a bunch of chisels and things. Must be the room I was found. I was kind of out of it because of the mark at that point, but I noticed one of the chisels was glowing all weird in dark light. I knew right away that it was hiding some awesome spiritual power. But what made you decide that you had to bring the chisel here? You seemed sure it'd be effective against the Kannon soldier. I heard a voice when I picked it up. It reminded me of a lady. It said to bring the chisel to you. That's when it hit me. It was what I'd been looking for. Oh, that thing you mentioned in the car. The heart of the curse that created the spirit. Exactly that. So I hoofed it over to give it to you. I looked around that. When I looked through the room before, Suga said that the Kuju family used to create Buddha statues a long time ago. It's possible that chisel was used to create the statue that became the Kannon soldier. I don't know what the voice was that he heard. Probably something of the mysterious voice that's guided me before. No, I haven't heard it in a while. And that's what happened. So, we headed back to the mansion, then Yoshiki. For one, I'm hungry, but I bet Demon's worried too. I left without saying a word after all. Yeah, searching for documents and the mark, carting all the statues out. It'll take more than a day to do all that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We're leaving already? I want to examine this place. I glanced at the statue falling on the floor. Sorry, but you'll have to do that another time. Fine. Exchange, but not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of it. Yeah, okay. Hey now, this is my home! Can't have you rooting around here. That's just you saying that. You don't legally live here. I'll bring you food, so stop complaining. Much obliged. Unfortunately, we still have the curse. Return the concrete pathway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air in here is a little less stagnant than it was before. The manhole at no South Alley. Don't run up drenched in sweat. Looks even worse than usual. You probably shouldn't have run. I found you. Hey, old man. Why did you suddenly sprint off the mansion? My mark is gone now, but what in the world happened? I had something to give Yoshiki. Isn't that right, Hugh? I guess. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time. I'm not sure I'd follow, but it seems he really helped you out. Well then. Must do investigation another day. Are we splitting ways here? Our marks are gone now. Shiki still has his though. This always happens. I'm used to it. that's pretty much the feeling I'd get as well. But now I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the statues stolen from Hate Shrine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's thanks to all of you. I'll figure out the rest myself. You should all return to your regular lives. I think we should split up then. You sure you'll be okay? Something will work out eventually. Besides, this is Seiya Kujo's dying wish. I want to respect it. Well, thanks. I'll head back then. I've been missing all those those chemical smells of the lab. Glad to hear you'll be such exciting. Didn't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Miss Sue. Look, I do that. It's not even funny, by the way. Hey, Mrs. Shi, whenever you want to get those statues, I'll help out. Until then, see you. I'll be off as well. Honestly, all this has put a strain on me. I'm barely standing up straight. Whatever you do, collapse on your way home, please. Sushi, one day I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter. For the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial. I'd like it if you were to help with that. See you around. Yes, I'll go too. You don't return the shelter, are you? I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there's plenty other things down there. I'll give it a few days to settle down. So you're still planning on going back? I'm not sure I'd call that a smart move. Comes with living like this kind of life. I'll bunker down in the park or under a bridge until things calm down. See you, Shigi. Bring more food next time, yeah? Poor Mark Burrs have all left. I should probably head to the match myself. I've got to decide what to do next.
Go!
The fuck was that? Yeah, a voice coming out from behind me. Then I see Banshee in the middle of the road staring intently at me. What's wrong? I remember now. Those wire sources. I forgot because the mark, but I've met you before. What? What do you mean? Well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memory is probably all a mess, having just gotten them back. I didn't have time to wait for him. Oh yes, we met 5 years ago, and then again 10 years ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. First, Rami Akuja mentioned 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories. So, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name, and you didn't give it. Then tell me what you do know. Tell me about myself, please. Okay. I owe you for the food, so ask. What should I ask about? What should I ask about? 5 or... Fuck it, 5 seems closer. Shut up at the shelter. Want to know about the heavenly... Give me food. Actually, you're more focused on the Kujo family than the Kannon soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual power, so the army asked him to help. He loaned them a number of his family's prized sacred treasures. Really zeroed in on that bit. Do you know what exactly the army got? Yeah, they should have had a list. A mirror, a chisel, Buddha statues, cursed objects, and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they're all in the mansion now. You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you next 10 days ago. That is... Just seen the Kannon soldier, and you can bet I booked it out of the manhole. I ran into you there on the street. How'd you treat me and food to celebrate? Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee's talking about the person that I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear all this about my stuff. You'd mentioned you'd been overseas. You'd only come back recently, about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned about Mark. You told me about it. It slipped my mind till just now. By the way, what's my right arm? Yeah, it had the mark. You were acting all odd though. You'd go to remember something, then stumble over words. First is probably in late stages. In fact, I completely forgotten my name for the past few hours. By the way, I've got something to tell you. This here Banshee you do is of much nobler character than regular folk. That's why I lead a dedicated life, away from the world's vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be a crazy despot, but I'd never shame my dear departed mum or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I'd never resort to stealing, even dying of hunger. Here, these are yours. He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks like an antique, they're inlays with subtle designs. You forgot them at the restaurant. Let me see them. I grab them both and rush over to open the wallet. But there's no ID inside. There's no driver's license or company card with an ID on it. Can you get one? Don't ask me. You said you forgot your wallet somewhere and lost it. It was probably in there. Oh. Now look at what else is in the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Say Kujo, Spirit Hunter. Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I didn't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Kujo's card was in my pocket when I first arrived at Kujo Mansion. Must have been the one Banshee returned. No doubt about it. Lost all my memories after I met Banshee. I lost everything. No. But something's still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when I saw you 10 days ago? Well... I was so focused on eating that I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh yeah. You said the same thing as Kiro about the Kannon soldier. There's no way a human head on a statue will make it move. But it did actually move. That's what I thought too. And then, you said something strange. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Her? That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and feared death. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said you needed to do the same thing done 50 years ago to get rid of her. I wants to beat out my chest so I can feel sweat running down my face. There's no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I'd known who had cursed me and the mark. Hey, oh man, who's she? Did I tell you? I want to know too, so I asked. But you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it. You just honestly didn't remember. That was the mark? Well, that's about all I can tell you. Yes, we should get going soon. Go? Where? I'll tell you in the car. I'm real tired of standing. I'd like to sit for a bit. No point arguing there. I'll just get it out of him once we're out in the car. Does that... Could the doll be the villain then? That's an interesting thought. The doll could be responsible. Nope. Mansion's out of the way. and she climbs in the back of this car. A heavy scent fills the enclosed space. I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to Forest by H Castle. Fucking free taxi service. Although he's given us some of interesting information. I drive down the familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. Reach a destination without me having to slow down the car once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those of the car I'm riding in. 10 days ago I promised. In exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget everything, I'd take you to Hate Shrine. Sounds like I've prepared for everything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected, so it wasn't time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at Hate Shrine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for some magic summer cleaning to clear away impurity. Suddenly, my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out loud slowly as realization draws. The summer purification rites. They're rites held at the shrines that exercise evil. The last day of June, you pass through the woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use that ritual to exercise the impurity. Ah, gotcha. Luckily, today's the 1st of July, so the rites, or whatever, are done. Should be no problem now. Exercise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. The British self is like a complete stranger to me. Oh, that was a robot. Took me a bit longer to get online because that bloody bot wasn't connecting. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy arc and the thick trees look the same as always. You know what Hate Shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You've never been there? First I heard it was 10 days ago. Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the beast trail. We pass under the stone toy gate. And finally arrive at desolate Hate Shrine. A few Elizabeth statues that are left shine with light flashing. So the statues used in the project were stolen from here? Yeah, that's right. Is it really true the statues are connected to the mark somehow? I've considered the possibility that the mark was caused by their divine wrath. But 10 days ago, you said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. This course I've been following this whole time. Then at some point I had to have been fed some huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought. It feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. You said 10 days ago that the altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exercise the impurity. He approaches a small altar and puts his hand on a sliding door. Huh? What's going on there? The thing's empty! Don't ask me. It was already gone when I was here earlier. Well, that's darn weird. You said there was a cloth pouch. What was inside? A small fist-sized statue. A Nenjibutsu or something. It was the Go Shintai of the shrine. Kujo had used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And again, it's the Kujo family. They must have strong ties to the mark. Well, this is about all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay off the dessert. You should have back now, son. Right. I'm still unsure about what my old self was thinking, but it's clear whatever plan I had didn't work. Where did the Ninjabatsu go? Way back, I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look towards the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me on the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not gonna mind back with me? I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a bit car sick on the way here. Flat roads are fine, but the curves and the hills did for me. I just got a nice meal, and I'd hate to throw it up, so I'll walk back. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimps these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. Crazy old man. His laugh is loud enough that the whole forest can hear it. He waves and leaves me alone. What's that? I get in the car. I pull out a deserted parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the streetlights passing by, I go over everything Banshee told me. 50 years ago in that shelter, a Kannon soldier went berserk. But it wasn't because of the army's experiments, it was her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier. Could your family had used the Ninjabatsu to settle everything? However, she still exists in the time period. She was the one who gave me my mark. For all my memories, I was planning to use the Ninjabatsu like they did before. I left her at H Shrine so I could be cleansed of the impurity. But somewhere along the line it went missing. Past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. I was back at Kuja Mansion. As my drive comes to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. And that definitely proves that she was there. 50 years ago, she made a Kannon soldier move down in the shelter. Kudo family's head sealed her. They would have brought her to the mansion. Yep. Like I said, it's the doll. It's that fucking doll. Sacred object of the project of which she was one. Turn to the Kujos. Keep the steering wheel tighter. If there were any way to defeat her, it just had much to be at the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but depends on my memories are whispering to me. That's the only person I can think it could possibly be. It doesn't look any different. Oh! My mark burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has no intention of hiding her presence any longer. Pursuit of truth. I knew it! There she is! Bitch. His voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is hidden intense lust for blood. There, she was the villain all along. Fucking hell. You came back to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit that rabbit's attack surprised me. But unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I had brought Mary to H Shrine, we caught sight of that rabbit there. It might have suspected Mary's true nature. That rabbit, its great love for you pushed it into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Know that, and the answer will come. Though it is impossible so long as you bear the mark I gave you. Mary gave me the mark? I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills me with dread. Just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that as a spirit's utmost desire and joy. And I had your cooperation with achieving that. Cooperation? It's ridiculous. Oh? Have you not realized yet? You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, did you not? They feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death. I saved their taste of that fear and despair. Most delicious. You had all of us help out. Just to terrify mark bearers you in war? Clearly. I could have waited for the curses to complete if I only wanted them dead. That is not the only lie. The mark bearers must stay in small groups. Do not contact outsiders. All of my instructions were to drive you into a state of emergency. And not once did you doubt me. But she's telling me all this because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself is in. I'm frozen in place and I know my face must be as pale as death. She must be living this. Don't tell me you created all those spirits. Just to accomplish that? Indeed. When Lady Christie believed divine wrath was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. 50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Kuju family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At the time, I was still unable to speak and communicate. But it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths on cursed land became monstrous spirits. The H elementary abuse, the honeybee mass suicide, Seiko's assault and suicide. They all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Then the Buddha statue connected to me 50 years ago began moving. The woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. That must be the Kannon soldier in Zukawa. Zukawa believed it was the divine oracle from the soldier when it really been Mary. She did as the great Asura said and transformed herself into late Miss Zu. Once my strength returned, I again bestowed my power on spirits. It connects humans to me and manipulates them into a panic. The mark. I know you've been toying with us, but, well, was there really a need to make us be connected to you in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact with you, I could taste your fear. Even now, are you scared of me, Hodojiki? Fucking hell. What do you say to a supernatural being that's asking if you're scared? I'll say, no, I'm not afraid of you. Very admirable. Hmm? Her porcelain face cracks. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I have waited eagerly for this day. Hmm? Over the past 10 years, I have tasted your fear through the mark. Thick and syrupy, as sweet as honey. Each savoury morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I am not so foolish as to kill a goose that lays golden eggs. Ah. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices, I want to break you down and devour your sweet flavor. Holy shit! Well, that was fucking terrifying. Uh-oh. Marcus died of crimson red. So in a few minutes left to wait. That closes in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happened in the mark right before dawn? I've seen it so many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lord Yashiki, wait for me. I'll kill. He didn't make me stand up over the sofa. The rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the red in my room. So this is my that's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Yasuka, she said it was someone who loved me. It's coming closer, where should I run? Sayer's room. Spin a full spin at a time. Find a Sayer's room. Much like the entry hole, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. There's something there, but where should I look? Floor. Within the red, it probably means in the blood stain. Or under the blood stain. So the blood stain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. There might be something lying on top of it. I can't be sure, it's too dark. Nothing was said last time I was here. Picking up, let's go. There's a small pouch. Inside is a hard, thin object. In the moonlight, the sea is better. Ah! It's a small Buddha statue. Can't be. Is this the Nenjibutsu? Seems to be stained with blood and I get an ominous feeling from it. The impurity, it hasn't been exercised yet. I suddenly know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all my emotions in the Nenjibutsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Kuju family used this to steal Mary's power. He put the Nenjibutsu inside her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took it out. That person was me. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Nenjibutsu in my hand looked exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. Impurity that built up from sealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the Nenjibutsu at the uncontaminated hate shrine. It would take time to exercise all the impurity. It's already July, the summer purified rite is over. So why is it still impure? Go to the other hand in its mouth. It could have been carrying the pouch, then instead of the master key. Then the Nenjibutsu was taken away from Hate Shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary at the shrine and was scared she would find it. So I had no choice but to steal it away. Oh shit, here she comes! The adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of the mark bearers. What's going on? Wait, it's possible that Sayer's blood is protecting me. Bring it to where I met my end. Voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice owners died, they must have met their end somewhere else. There's only one other place. Oh, Mary's in the room next door. I sprint down the entrance hall. Make a beeline for Mary's sofa and spot where the rabbit died. The voice that spoke to me and helped me every time the spirit was closed in. If Mary was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I looked down at my hand. Ah! The bit of the beauty is gone. Is this what you've been telling me, Sarah? Must be the departed woman who's guided me to the struggle without wings. Put an energy pursuit, the source of the doll's curse. Then the whispers stop. Oh shit. Floors creak ominously. I raise my head as the staircase rising into darkness before me. Fuck off. Dark figures out on the landing. I found you. Whoa, look at that. Mark scorches me. Head goes blank. No, you don't. He's coming closer. Buddy, won't listen to me. Oh, fuck off. Ah, Lord Yoshiki. Very close the hand around my neck. She's trying to kill me. Excuse Ninja Resu, and the fog that's impeding my thoughts lifts. Still a struggle to think. I should move my arm now. Finish with the source of the curse. Only one chance. Where should I stick Ninja Resu? Her right arm! Managed to drag my impossibly heavy arm and stick Ninja Resu on Mary's right arm. Yep, just like the picture. She's hiding it. But I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Marks bloom on Mary as one after another. Oh bloody hell, she's got marks. They're all the colour of blood. It's like the curses of those she killed. God damn. Fuck that, dull bitch. He shatters into dust. Actually, you know what? Just to kind of ruin the atmosphere, just for fun.
Monster kill.
Pretty appropriate, because that was a monster. I haven't looked down my right arm. Oh shit, my tablet's about to die. So I will apologise if I miss any marks, because my tablet is slowly dying. The mark is gone. I did it? I finally did it. I have to say it out loud to convince myself. Victory, the suspense of Sayer's life I can't claim is completely over, but there's no harm in being brief now. Actually, that's the thing, I should... Give me a sec, I'll see if I can put my plug in over here so I can plug the tablet in. Because it's not going to reach all the way from the bloody bed. Yes, I know. There we go. Being plugged straight into... Sorry. Being plugged straight into the power should be much better than being plugged into the PC. It should give it some more energy, or at least more time. But it's saying 5% now. Stupid fucking tablet. Anyway. Fog clouding my mind clears away. Memories slowly return to me. Look around the dimly lit hall again. I know this mansion well, because I'm... her brother? Look at the second floor, begins charming. Wildly like it did 10 days ago. If we read it, it stops. Almost as if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Kujo family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock. I open the door and stick my hand inside. My fingers brush against something hard. I take it out, realizing it's a voice recorder. I press the play button.
聞こえているだろうか。九条正宗だ。
It's a man's voice. A voice I know all too well. It's my voice. Oh, I thought I was going to keep going. Never mind. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. That doll may dispose of any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I'd done it right before I received the mark from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years after I became Kujo family head. My sister Saya and I found the doll in a wooden box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. Well, it says from the fucking up then. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in the underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try and get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away and was presumed missing. So Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting. So I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masumi Kujo was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics aboard all agreed it would be bad to leave the door be. A ninjutsu inside the door still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to surpass the cursed power of the door. That was a worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the ninjutsu from the door temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in pure area. Then I'll place it back inside the door. If I succeed, the door's power will be sealed for a few more decades. The problem is that 1 month. I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the door is sealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the ninjutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the door and remove the ninjutsu. I pray everything goes according to the plan and the worst of evils is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clenched my fist so hard my nails digged into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I was furious with it. I don't know that person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month. I even lost my little sister, Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of? Is there a thing here? I'm trying to think about the people who died, and at the same time, was it worth it? That's the thing. Especially as it was revealed that Mary was far more mobile than she was pretending to be. I'm going to say it had to be done. It had to be done. I'm Kazuyoshi, but I'm also Masume Kujo. I understand why he felt as if he had to do that. It was his fate. The Kujo family are forever linked to that cursed door. Kannon Soldier. End. Two months have passed. Occasional cool breeze signals the summer is almost over. I spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacting the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in place of honor was also one of those tasks. They were connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So, with her guidance and Isuka, Daimon and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to Hate Shrine. By now, my memory has completely returned. Things didn't quite go as originally planned, but at least the danger has passed. I don't think my decision, especially Kujo, was wrong, but at times waves of powerlessness and desponse really overwhelmed me. When I think of the victims of the mark, and of Saya in particular, my chest burns. I want to do something for them as the new head of the family. About the memories I've regained. I became Kujo family head 7 years ago. I'll admit, I was a bit recluse. I left the public appearances to Seiya, preferring to stay out of the spotlight. The only photos of me are from small local newspapers. I uncovered Mary by accident in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. It was a discovery that changed my life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, the country proceeded to treat me like an unidentified traveller. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck or if Mary's curse had done something to it. When I was able to contact home, Seiya had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea what Mary's power was. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than that I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her powers were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says the doll maker of the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up business in a doll. In the end, she's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujos. He either didn't know about the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began before in the family. Mary gained power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on surviving mark bearers. I believe they all survived, didn't they? Mary Watanabe became a part-time writer for her favourite magazine, Un Parts Monthly. Aww. He sometimes comes to Kujo Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. That little shit is studying every day for middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how he did in his national mock test. Stone Machida brought me a drink like he promised. Seems like he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Shao Nagashima is picking fights, riding his bike and doing whatever he wants as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joined this neighborhood baseball team. Oh, that's good. Christiana has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs. She's trying to get back into the industry. Difficult. Suzumura was able to see her father. Lately, she started asking me for advice on how to get her parents to reconcile. I have no idea if I helped at all, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. That's something. Itadori has gone back to surfing the BBS every day as usual. But what's new is that he's stopped by the City Employment Centre. I guess he wants to get a steady job and be a role model for Suzu. Best of luck to him. The years go by that I don't see Ai Kawasaki on TV as part of Love Hidden Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens, let alone at my age. Yeah, you might look like your friend that you just made fun of. Dorothy is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. Apparently she believes I have spiritual powers or something. She keeps sending customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she'd stop. Dokahiru spends her days working as a researcher whilst also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish he'd stop complaining to me about it. Juju Damon seems to be doing better now, like a weight's been lifted off his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicise the shelter and build a memorial for it. Yeah, I think you should. Because that was bullshit what happened to those innocent people there. Banshee Ito returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Of course, he comes to beg me for food. Now then. I finished my break and returned to the workbench in the centre of the room. Over the past 2 months, Mary has managed to repair herself. Her power hasn't completely come back yet, but she's still extremely frightening. Ninjutsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. Good game, look, just work. Oh, that's fine, Risho. I think we're right near the end, actually. Because apparently the doll here was the culprit all along. I've taken a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. What's he done? Once everything is complete, I will place the Ninjutsu back inside Mary. Finally, it's over. I pick up Mary and put her in the wooden box. 5 years. This all started when I opened that blood box 5 years ago. Mary stares up at me from the depths of the box. I have no idea if she's aware of what's happening right now. But there's no doubt she will regain her powers when the Ninjutsu wears out decades from now. I'm determined to find a way to destroy this cursed doll before that happens. Until that day, you need to stay asleep, Mary. Yes, there's always the fucking dolls. I mean, we had that evil one in Haunting Ground, but she was pretty evil right from the beginning. Especially when she was, like, really leaning in, going like, dinner is served. Mad Father. Never heard of it. Although, speaking of dolls, that's reminded me of My Lovely Daughter. I need to get back into finishing that game, because I never finished it. Actually, Mad Father would instantly describe My Lovely Daughter.